Let's prove the identity. Cosecant squared over 1 plus tangent squared is equal to cotangent squared. So to do this, note that 1 plus tangent squared is equal to secant squared. And the reason this is true is because if I have sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1, I can divide everything by cosine squared. Sine squared over cosine squared is tangent squared. Cosine squared over cosine squared is 1. 1 over cosine squared is secant squared. Okay. So this is how you come up with this equation. 1 plus tangent squared then is secant squared. So I have cosecant squared over secant squared, which this is 1 over sine squared over 1 over cosine squared. So we have to divide 1 over sine squared with 1 over cosine squared. A good way to do this is to multiply the numerator of the top fraction with the denominator of the bottom fraction. So that's 1 times cosine squared is cosine squared over, and then multiply the denominator of the top fraction with the numerator of the bottom fraction. So sine squared times 1 is sine squared. And then cosine squared over sine squared is cotangent squared. But if you want, you can say, this is cosine over sine squared, which is just cotangent squared. So this is extra work if you want, but you could go from here to here. And so that verifies the identity.